Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. Hope you've had a good weekend. I have a few minutes here on this Sunday afternoon and I actually all by myself. My boys are out playing ball with the neighbors and my other son and husband are watching a football game. So made a cup of coffee. That is coffee. It's very light. I like lots of cream. Anyway, have that. I just had a homemade gingerbread cookie from a friend, a little bit of a late Christmas gift that my daughter just brought to me. So it's kind of a nice relaxing moment, and I thought it would be the perfect time to share with you some of the pages I've done to prep in my journal for journaling. This thing I want to just show you, this little spot here. I may have mentioned this before. This is from a company called Mulberry Paper. It's an online store, and my friend Donna sent this to me, and I think it is the most beautiful textured paper. I do believe I've mentioned this, but I just wanted to show you how I decorated it. So my son, Drew, my youngest, needed a picture for art. So we did this, and then he said he needed it in black and white. So we did that. So I just thought that'd be funny to put there because it's kind of like a mug shot. But this is just so neat, so beautiful and textured. And I wanted to point this out because that's something you can add to your journals. If maybe you have a neat piece of a menu. We were just out to lunch with my daughter and her husband, and I wanted to pick up a little bit of the paper from the meal, but didn't really have an opportunity to do that. You know, like when they put the food down on a tray and there's a decorative piece of paper. Anyway, I didn't get to doing that, but that would be something you could put here. A neat piece of wrapping paper that you get from a gift that you really like. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a full paper, and it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you can write on. Sometimes they just make good accent pieces, or like I did here, I just attached a sticker photo and some of these cute little ephemera pieces from a friend, Stacy. So let me show you my new additions. Sometimes I just feel like I want to play around with art supplies, maybe relax in the evening or something, or take my mind off of something that's bothering me. So I think that's what I did here recently. My husband and I were talking at the table, and I didn't feel like just sitting and talking. Of course, I have to sit and do something and talk. So anyway, I used some Neo colors here. I added several kinds of washi throughout, but here I have the flower and the hearts. Let's see, we have these stickers, and this is from this Faith set, Me and My Big Ideas. That's what I was looking for. So this is a nice variety of things in here. Lots of check-off things, like this kind of thing. I don't obviously use those very often, nor do I use these, although they're super cute. I just generally tend to do the clear stickers like this. They kind of go on the page in a transparent manner, or things more like this. Those are more my go-to type things. There's still quite a few in here. And then some of the sayings I just think are kind of cheesy or hokey. I don't really like them, so I just use the ones that I feel are meaningful to me. Anyway, oh yeah, I will show this too, then I don't have to keep going back and forth, but I often use these Tim Holtz Ideology word stickers. These are called the Big Chat collection, I guess, but they also come in smaller ones. So you can see those are a little bit larger. I have smaller ones in here. Let me see if I have that in my little pouch off to the side. You probably have seen these. I really like using them. Yeah, here's just the Chit Chat, and then these are the Big Chat. I just think sometimes you can be journaling, or you can do a little decorative embellishment to your pages, and maybe you want to pick a word that summarizes the mood of your writing or the overall feeling of what you're writing about. So I think these are really fun to use. I've used these in wedding scrapbooks, like guest books. I've used them in my Bible journaling, and I use them in everyday journaling quite often. And I have shown these before too. I originally bought these for my friend's daughter's wedding book, which I had so much fun making. It was quite a big book. It was for the wedding and the honeymoon and some showers and stuff, so it's quite thick. But anyway, these have really sweet little sayings on them, and I got these at Michael's, and I think they were Tim Holtz as well. So some of them I think are little chunks of little pieces of literature from something, but some of them are just so sweet. They just really sum up maybe a sentimental thought or melancholy thought or reflective thought or something that you might have in your journaling, and so they make a nice little page embellishment if that's what you like to do on your pages. Sometimes I prefer to just write. You know, like here I didn't do as much. Anyway, blah blah blah. We won't go into all that. I've already shown it. But for today and the next couple of days, I have these prepped. So I guess what I was saying is some days I just journal. I just write, and I do very little decorating. Sometimes I feel like being a little bit artsy or creative, and so I like to decorate journal pages. So to back up, I was saying I used Neo colors. I've also used just watercolors and did some, like, I don't know what I'm doing with watercolor. I just play around with it, but I try to do some little spots and some big globby looks. I never am real wild with how it ends up turning out, but it's fun. It's fun to do. These are little ephemera pieces that I've added, and then this sticker is from the Faith set that I just showed you. Another friend. These and these and these, I think, are all from my friend Stacy. The other day, my husband and I stopped in for a Starbucks coffee and egg bites on the way to the hardware store, so I just saved that little receipt. This is a bigger sticker from the Faith set. So I think, you know, that takes up a lot of room, but I also like doing that because sometimes you do get tired of just filling a page. I mean, the point of journaling is to journal, obviously, but if you're like me, sometimes it just looks less inviting. To me, this is more encouraging. It makes me want to sit down and now fill in the little bit of space. So sometimes if you take up that space with some decoration, maybe the journaling task part of it doesn't seem so daunting, and it seems more like a fun thing to do. So anyway, that's kind of how my brain works. And then, you know, when you thumb through later, it's a lot more interesting to look at. It might make you pause, take a closer look at what's written. This washi tape is from Illustrated Faith, and I'm about out. It's one of my first washies that I bought, and I really like it. It's a little less transparent because of the color on the background, but it looks so fun and cheery on a plain color page, like a white or a cream, because that background color almost kind of fades into the background of the page, and you just see the hearts. I have some washi here from my friend Donna. Donna, I love this. Thank you again for sending that to me. Here I tried to use some sort of, I guess you could call honeyish colors. I actually did this one first, and then I went back and did this one. They kind of coordinate, but not exactly, but enough because, you know, it's just primarily the thing I do for me. So I don't know that anybody will ever grade my pages. I think it's okay that, you know, they're slightly different, but sometimes I do like a spread to coordinate. These hearts are all from Stacy. Here's a word sticker like I just mentioned, and then this and this are from the Faith set. Oftentimes I will just highlight those in kind of a sloppy, random manner so they pop a little bit more on the page. I kind of like that look. Sometimes I try to be neat. Usually the pen slides onto the thing I'm outlining, so I've learned to just try not to be precise and just kind of give it a piece together look, maybe you could call it. This and this are napkins. I've had a couple friends send me napkins. I think these are from Vicky. And if they're not, I apologize. It's super pretty on the page. This washi is from Esterbrook Pens. Donna sent that to me. And I love it because it's got like the, what's that guy? Sasquatch, or however you say it. Monster. I love the colors on there with the pine trees. Whoops. Yeah, it would help if you could see it. Pine trees in the background. Added a faith sticker, and just this star is just like a thing you buy at like Walmart or something. I had a big set of those from a patriotic album I did a while back. Let's see. This is kind of sticking up. So I'm tearing that off there. But the napkin is really fun, and it adds a beautiful touch. It almost looks like it's watercolored onto the page. Added a little bit of washi. I pulled off a sticker there that I didn't like, so that's kind of a random spot, but it doesn't show up too much. Splattered paint here. Just got my paintbrush all wet with brown paint and kind of took the edge and just kind of, like a toothbrush, you know, you run your finger over the bristles and it shoots out. That's what I did here to get that speckled effect. This is a Illustrated Faith washi tape too. It's pink and orange and like a salmon color with dots, and I love that. Use it all the time. It's almost gone, but that's been one of my favorites as well. These two are, yeah, that's where I end. Again, decorated with this cute bird washi that I got from Michael's. A few more ephemera pieces from Stacy. Here's more of that washi that I just mentioned in full size. I tend to rip it and get strips of washi. Don't always use a full piece because I like the torn look. Of course, on these it looks better to keep it full. This background and this background are stencils. This is a Tim Holtz stencil. It's kind of like a burlap. And then this is something I think I got... it's a piece like this, and it's got the diamonds cut out. So I just kind of randomly did those. I don't like the colors I chose here too much. I tend to have my favorites, and then when I do something else, I'm not real wild about it, but it's okay. So I was kind of like, I don't like it. So I did a little more of the splatter on there. Of course, I have the washi. The little ephemera pieces adds a little more interest. I feel like these colors are too dull or too muted without these embellishments. And then this one, of course, is pretty sloppy. They overlap and stuff, but it's okay. I'll write over it, obviously, in my journaling, and then that maybe not so favorite looking background will be just that, a background, and the fact that this isn't my favorite look will diminish. I may write on here with black or something, so I pick up on the black dots and the black background and the letters, and I just think that'll make the background more subdued, because I'm not real wild with how that turned out. If I had to pick a favorite though, I like how I decorated these, but I don't like the shade of orange there all that much. I love this color though, and I kind of like that. The chalking inks that I've shown you, I love to write with fountain pen ink over that. It makes it feel real slick. It's a real wet, gliding feel when I use the fountain pens over those chalking inks, which was a surprise to me, but I love that. This is watercolor here, so we'll see how that does. But anyway, we were talking about favorites. Probably one of these two. I like this. Kind of makes me think of a stone. And I like this metallic honeycomb washi with this washi. That one might be in there too. I don't typically use a lot of colors like this, so I like that, and something about that seems very soothing to me. So, I don't know if I can pick a favorite. I can tell you what's not my favorite, and it's these two, so we'll do it that way. So this is my everyday journal. I don't write in it every day, but by that I mean it's where I just write about whatever, maybe put in a quote, maybe talk about thoughts about this or that. It's just kind of a reflective place, or a place to be expressive in my thoughts. Other journals have more purposes. This is more of a just whatever I'm thinking about, or if I just feel like writing with my fountain pen inks. I was talking to Jen at Jen's TNs, and we were kind of both laughing about the fact that we just sometimes like to write and talk about our pens and our inks, because if you have a good match of a pen and a ink, you just want to find a reason to write. So sometimes what I write about ends up being more because I feel like writing than I have anything that great to say. So anyway, somebody will think I lived a very boring life if they read these when I'm dead and gone. All right. There you go. Hope this inspires you, though. I'm always encouraged to journal and decorate my journal pages when I see what other people have done. It's just very motivating to me. I think if I see something, oh, I like that, I want to create that, or it just stirs up the desire to be creative in me when I see how other people have done it. Nobody has to have their pages look like somebody else's pages. I say get your stuff out, whatever you have, decorate a page. There's no rules. This is all about you and your expression and your thoughts. So go for it. And I've been just like, I want to use the stuff I have. I don't want it to just sit in this pouch. This is even one storage thing. I have another whole TN of ephemera. It's fun to have a little collection spot, but it's even better to see it down on paper. So find an hour or two, get your favorite hot drink, get out your stuff, and just slap it down on the paper. Have fun. Some of it you'll like, some of it you'll be like, eh. But the important things is that you get your thoughts down. And this is a fun way of motivating you to get into your journal, I think, to pre-decorate some pages. So that's all I have to share with you today. Hope you had a great weekend. Have a good week, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.